Well, after spending 10 minutes of trying to get my fucking microphone to work, we're back, and we've got a few things to talk about. Roman Reigns and the return of Jacob Fatu. We've got WWE competing with AEW again, and AEW are more than likely going to get absolutely demolished again. But first, we're going to talk about Bobby Lashley and MVP. So, Bobby Lashley and MVP have been moved to the alumni section on WWE's roster page, which means they're gone. Which is very unfortunate because I liked both of them, especially together. Bobby needed MVP. Because Bobby, he looks great, right? But as soon as he opens his mouth, oh, no, keep it closed. That's where MVP was great and worked well. But Vince decided to take him away and put him with Omos, which Lashley was sort of dead from there. Triple H did nothing with him, nothing with MVP, and it's led to this, which is unfortunate. Now, people are saying they're going to appear in the Casino Gauntlet match, is it called, for All In? Saying that we're going to see Bobby Lashley then. No, okay. AEW has too many people. They don't need any more. If MVP and Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, because you've got to add him in, are going to go somewhere, I think they're going to TNA. They should go to TNA. They need to go to TNA. That is where they're best suited. MLW and NWA, they've got their own problems, backstage, I believe. So TNA is probably the best place for him to go, as much as I'd love for him to stay in WWE. It's a bit too late now. Bobby Lashley and MVP are gone, and apparently they're going to be called the Hurt Syndicate because MVP has trademarked the Hurt Syndicate through a third party, which he used to trademark a name for his entrance song in New Japan in 2013. So the Hurt Syndicate is what they're going to be called by the looks of things. Hopefully TNA is the way. I do not want to see them in AEW. I'm sure they're a little bit smarter than that. Don't go to AEW. That's not even a tribalism thing. That's just, they're not going to get used properly. There's not enough room on the show. There's not enough room on any of the shows. They've got 3 shows, and they still can't get everyone on. And then 2 of the shows are basically nothing burgers anyway, while the main show is meh. So don't go to AEW, please, Bobby. Please don't do it. Next, AEW are hosting World's End in December on the 28th in Orlando, Florida. As well as that, WWE are hosting their holiday tour, their live event in Orlando, Florida on the 28th of December. So exactly the same day, exactly the same place, okay? So this isn't going to hurt AEW's pay-per-view buys because it's not televised, the live event, but it will certainly harm their ticket sales or what tickets they would have sold, because they're not going to sell that many tickets for this event, especially so close to between Christmas and New Year, right? People save that for WWE live events, which is where people are going to be going. This pay-per-view is going to get absolutely fucking wiped out by this WWE house show, and it's not looking good for Tony Khan with World's End. Now, what happened last year's World's End? Was that the show where Edge debuted? Or was that Dynasty? I can't remember. I don't know what happened at World's End last year. Was it something to do with MJF? Maybe? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But this show's going to get absolutely wiped out. On top of that, Tony Khan is still accusing WWE of contract tampering. Now, whether WWE are contract tampering or not, none of my concern. I don't work for either company. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. What I do care about is Tony Khan does the same fucking thing. You can't say something bad about someone when you're doing that exact thing. Because take this for an example, right? Edge debuted for AEW, I think, the following day after his contract expired, okay? So, in that 1 day window, how do you get contract negotiations, signing, and Edge meeting up with Darby Allin specifically to go and film a video driving around in a car in that short space of time? No, I don't think so. I don't fucking think so, okay? There was definitely talks between Edge and Tony Khan before Edge's contract expired. So, Tony is a massive hypocrite for trying to say that WWE are doing this. Whether WWE are doing this or not, I don't care. Whether AEW are doing this or not, I don't care. But I do care when hypocrisy comes into play and you try and say one's bad for doing exactly the same thing you're doing. Shut the fuck up. But this pay-per-view, man, it's going to get absolutely destroyed by this WWE house show, and it's going to be funny. It shouldn't be funny, but it's going to be funny. And finally, Roman Reigns. I don't think we're going to be seeing Roman again for a while. Not until maybe somewhere in September, October, which is weird and unfortunate, but Jacob Fatu made his return as well, because Solo Sikoa called out Roman Reigns. Roman came out, beat down Solo and Tama Tonga, and took back his Ulafala. Now you're wondering why I'm not mentioning Tonga Loa. That's because Tonga Loa wasn't there. And thank God Tonga Loa wasn't there, because if you guys remember my Backlash review, I got some heat for that, because I said that Tonga Loa is a jobber. I even put it in the thumbnail. Who the fuck is this jobber? Right? But people says to me, no, he's a multi-time tag team champion in New Japan. I don't show such disrespect. And since then, we've had him botch his debut, okay? We've had him botch a stationary low blow, okay? He was supposed to put Cody Rhodes in the corner of the ring, but missed and ended up somewhere on the ropes instead, and then had to move and maneuver, and it looked stupid. And he holds a championship like this. Something like that, right? So, Tonga Loa is somebody there shouldn't be anywhere near this type of storyline, man. I don't care if he's Tama Tonga's brother. I don't care if that would piss Tama Tonga off. Tama Tonga's actually doing well. Tonga Loa is not. Tonga Loa does not belong in this storyline. He doesn't. You know he doesn't. I know he doesn't. Why is he here? Okay? He can't even hold a championship correctly. So why is he in a feud like this? Why is he involved in a program like this? He just shouldn't be, okay? They need to find some way to get this motherfucker not out the door, but away from that. Put him in something different, because yeah, Tonga Loa, he ain't it. But Roman destroys both of them, takes back his Ulafala. Everyone did well, by the way, considering what happened with Afa and Hawaii. Rest in peace. Jacob Fatu makes his return, destroys Roman Reigns. They all put Roman through the table. Solo takes the Ulafala back, and that's the way we leave it. So, Roman's probably going to be taking some more time off again. And they're going to, I don't know what they're going to do, because people aren't interested in Solo as the tribal chief. And I've tried, honestly, I have tried to get into to Solo in this character, but I don't know, there's something's missing. I think he needs a mouthpiece. Heyman was working for him, but Heyman isn't with him anymore. I don't know what to do with Solo. Tama Tonga, he seems to have been watered down a little bit now with the inclusion of Tonga Loa. I don't think Tonga Loa should have even been signed. I think Tama Tonga would have been in a better spot then. Jacob Fatu, WWE clearly see a lot in Jacob Fatu. I don't blame them. because the guy's an absolute fucking machine. Not only is he an absolute machine, but if you've heard interviews from Jacob Fatu, then you'll know that this guy is a humble, heartwarming guy, right? He doesn't look like... He isn't the monster he looks like. He looks like a crazed animal. But he isn't that at all, and it's great. I like listening to him. But Jacob Fatu is going to be rising to the top at some point. I don't know how long that will be. I do need to look up his age, because I like to check out wrestlers' ages, which tells me how long they've got in the tank, roughly, right? So I'm going to look that up. I'm assuming he's in his mid-30s, I'm going to guess. So Jacob Fatu is going to be someone that's going to be elevated over time with Roman Reigns, and that needs to happen. Will Jacob Fatu be the next tribal chief after Solo and Roman? I don't know. Maybe they'll send him off to do something else. But hopefully Roman isn't taking that much time off, because we've been waiting for this for months. Yeah, you give us 3 appearances where Roman actually hasn't said a word on the microphone yet. We've not seen Heyman, we've not seen Jimmy, but they have established that Roman needs help. So he probably will come back with Jimmy and Heyman. Later on, include Jey Uso and you're not going to like this, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn needs to be involved in this in the War Games match, because you know it's leading to War Games. Sami Zayn needs to be in there, because Sami Zayn was such a big part of the bloodline at one point. I don't care if he's not blood related. He was a huge part of it. You know it. I know it. Okay? Sami Zayn needs to be involved. Jey Uso, the OG bloodline in a way, without Solo. Boom. That's going to hit like crack. You know it is. You know it is. But let me know what you think about all the topics I have discussed. MVP Bobby Lashley. WWE really fucked up. Hopefully they go to TNA. WWE are going to destroy AEW World's End on the 28th of December. And Roman Reigns looking like he's taking time off again. Hopefully it's not for long. And hopefully Cody Rhodes can do something more interesting as well, because it's not looking great for Cody with Roman getting the bigger reactions. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. Like, subscribe, follow me on Crossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.